Well, hello, friends. A good day to each one of you. I hope you're doing well. My question for you today is, do you like water? Do you like water? Well, I would think so because most of us need water to live. In fact, we all need water to live. And so every day we probably have our water container and our water bottles, and we may be drinking water throughout the day, and it is good, especially on hot days. We need to stay hydrated, and that means we need to be taking in water into our bodies. So, water to drink. The rain provides water. We see water all around the earth. The earth is filled with oceans, with seas, with rivers, with creeks and streams, and with swimming pools. Yeah. So, do you like to swim? You do. Do you like deep water? Okay. Well, I'm really not a swimmer. And I got to tell you, I do not like deep water. No, I'm scared of it. I'm not sure what happened when I was little, but somehow I developed a fear of deep water. So it is a challenge for me to go into the deep end of a swimming pool when I can't feel the surface underneath my feet. And it is also a challenge for me to be on a boat that is on the deep water. I get a bit scared of that water. But I enjoy this water. Believe me, I do. But I have my fear of deep water. We'll come back to that. So if you're watching these videos in order, you know that we have been talking about faith from Hebrews chapter 11, where it says that faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. And you have heard me say again and again and again that faith is believing that what God says he will do will happen. Faith is believing that God made the earth, even if we didn't see him do it. Faith is believing that there is orange soda in this orange soda can, even if we can't see it from the outside. So we live with faith every day, don't we? And we are continuing to talk about the man whose name was Moses from Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 27 and 29 says this about Moses. Because of his faith, Moses left Egypt. It wasn't because he was afraid of the king's anger. He didn't let anything stop him. That's because he saw the God who can't be seen. He had faith. Because of his faith, Moses was the first to keep the Passover feast. He commanded the people of Israel to sprinkle blood on their doorways. He did it so that the destroying angel would not touch their oldest sons. The people of Israel had faith, and so they passed through the Red Sea. They went through it as if it were dry land. And the Egyptians tried to do it also, but they drowned. So you remember that Moses was raised in the Pharaoh's house after being found in the basket floating down the river. And the Pharaoh's daughter took Moses to her house, and he grew up as a prince. Remember our prince story? And then Moses gave up the right to be a prince, and he left Egypt when he found out what the Pharaoh was doing that was mean to Moses' people, the Hebrews. And you might remember the story of Moses and his conversations with the Pharaoh about letting the Hebrew people go, and the plagues that came on Egypt when the Pharaoh refused, like frogs and locusts and water turning to blood and grasshoppers and a number of other things that occurred, the 10 plagues. And after these 10 plagues, the Pharaoh finally said to Moses and the Hebrew people, "Get out of here. I don't want you around anymore. Go serve your God. Be free." And they left. But remember, they had to cross the Red Sea to get out of Egypt. And now Pharaoh had changed his mind and it was chasing them. If you want to read that story today, you'll find it in Exodus chapter 14. So the Hebrew people, the children of Israel, were running for their lives. And they got to this body of water. And if they were like me, they were scared of deep water. You can't walk through water that's over your head. Now they could have swam, but it would have been a long way to swim. And they had horses and cows and children and lots of people, and it would not have been a good scene. And so they did not know what to do, and they were scared. But do you remember the story? God made a way for them. Moses lifted his staff, which was a sign of God's power and presence, and the waters parted. God made a way for them, and they were able to go through where the water had been so deep. God helped them to safety. And it's a great story. Many of us have heard it time and time again, and it's a story that we like. You know that God wants to help us face the things that scare us, the things that make us afraid. God is there to help us with. Um, it's not that I don't trust God. I'm still not really enthused about deep water, but I know that God would protect me. I know that God is with me when I face other things where I have fear. We should not fear when God is near. That rhymes and maybe be a fun thing for you to learn and to say again. We should not have we should not fear when God is near. We should not fear when God is near. Like Moses and the people of Israel, we can trust God and we can have faith. And so I hope that you've been thinking about having faith as we've been talking about the people that we've read about in Hebrews chapter 11 and how they have had faith. The people of Israel had faith. They passed through the Red Sea and they went through it as if it were dry land. God will make a way for us. He is making a way for you today. He is providing things for you like water and food and shelter and safety. Those are the ways that God is making for us. But God is also able to do wonderful, miraculous things in our lives, like taking away our fear or providing us a way of safety. I hope that's what you find in your day today. I hope that you are blessed in everything that happens today and your day is filled with peace.